Welcome you guys to day 8 of Let's Talk History / Black History. Now, today we're going to try to reverse our truck a little bit here, and then we're going to put it back in drive. So, 1, 2, 3, grab your ignition, put it in reverse, then put it in drive, and let's get this thing going. So, today we'll be talking about Black history in WWE. For those of you who do not know, I am a big wrestling fan. I love WWE, and I love the women's division nowadays. The women's division has really grown a lot more these days versus it did in the beginning when it was WWF and the ruthless generation of WWE also. Excuse me. Now that we have a new sheriff in town for WWE, the women's division get a lot more respect and progress nowadays than, again, like I said, that they did at first. And also, if we're talking about history and Black history, well, I have two of the most beautifully talented women in the history of wrestling that I would like to talk about today. And that is Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, the first two female African American women to main event WrestleMania at WrestleMania 37. The stakes were high not only for those two women, but for the entire WWE
African American
universe.
women to main event.
It was one of the highest spectacles of spectacles that we ever witnessed in WWE.
Celebrate every single
No
year.
one ever saw this coming in the women's division, especially for the black talent. Black talent
I will not be a liar
in
today.
WWE had just started
This
progressing
moment here,
in about
everyone always says, the advice they give
between
you is to just slow down and
2017
soak it in.
to
And
now.
I would want it to soak it all in that
WrestleMania
moment.
37,
Like, we're here.
which
We're
happened in
finally
the year
here.
of 2021.
I'm in the room with
It was
Sasha
one of
Banks.
the most
My name is
historical
And it was such
wrestling matches in the history
incredible
of
time, 'cause I-
wrestling. Now, Sasha Banks, who is now known as Mercedes Moné in AEW. Bianca Belair, on the other hand, is a young black talent who is from Knoxville, Tennessee. And a lot of us people in Tennessee were really rooting for Bianca Belair, since she came from the main roster at the time. And we were supporting Sasha Banks too, but it's the fact that we had two female black talents that collided against each other on the highest spectacles of spectacles. This is the Super Bowl of wrestling, and we're getting ready to not only walk into the Super Bowl season right now, which Super Bowl is actually tomorrow, but we're in the WrestleMania season. And so, for those of you who don't know, as wrestling fans, specifically to WWE, we call it the road to WrestleMania. Now, the road to WrestleMania always began on the night of the Royal Rumble. So, when Bianca Belair won her 2021 Women's Royal Rumble, she scored her ticket to main event of WrestleMania. She chose Sasha Banks at that time to face at WrestleMania and to become the first ever two black female talent to main event WrestleMania history. Also, at that time, when Bianca Belair cashed in her ticket at the Royal Rumble, she get the choice of choosing between the three women who held the women's championships, which was on the Raw, NXT, and SmackDown brands at the time. Well, in most cases, for the storyline to kind of get its hype, the wrestlers, they would choose to go to all three brands to make it seem like they're going to choose all three opponents, but their choice is really which is to choose the two top brand opponents, which is on the Raw and SmackDown brands. You guys following me here? And at that time, the Raw brand, we had Raw Women's Champion, which is Becky Lynch, and on the SmackDown brand, we had Sasha Banks. So Bianca Belair, when she finally made her decision, she chose Sasha Banks once again, aka Mercedes Moné. And once again, it was an emotionally and high tension during this storyline between Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. And as us WWE fans, WWE Universe, we were so proud to witness this historical moment in the wrestling industry. And although, it was Bianca Belair's first ever WrestleMania moment and the first ever WrestleMania main event between two female black talent. Now, most of the time, for the main event, they always save the main event for men. But nowadays, like I said, the women's division is like really getting progressive and becoming more respectful than what it was at first. Despite Sasha Banks losing her SmackDown Women's Championship against Bianca Belair at the time, we were all still rooting for both opponents because it was a huge celebration, not only to us wrestling fans, but to those two female talent themselves and everybody in the talent of WWE also. In addition to those two female talents, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, making black history and history in the WWE universe, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair made a name for themselves. And they made a name for themselves not only just for them, but again for us WWE fans. And Bianca Belair also made history by receiving her first ever EPSY award for Best WWE Moment in History. People oftentimes also, and a lot of these days, still say that wrestling is fake. Okay, well, wrestling is fake because it's a storyline. You sit up and you watch Tyler Perry movies, that's fake too. You sit up and you watch Criminal Minds, that's fake too. It's all a storyline. But in my opinion, wrestling is real. If you can't get your tail out there and send your body through the amount of lack of sleep or the amount of durable pain that these talent go through, they suffer real injuries such as torn ACLs, broken necks, scars in the face, all of that sort. But if that's fake to you, then that's fake to you. But if you can't get out there and go do what they do and put their bodies on the line every day, again, like I said, at first when I was talking about the flight attendants in one of my previous videos, if you can't put your body on the line yourself and do what these people are doing, keep your mouth closed. Keep your mouth closed. Because you're basically saying that you don't have the strength or the courage to do it. But they do. They do. And they do it day in and day out. In addition to that, also, Sasha Banks and Naomi, who are two different black talent, but Sasha Banks is still the same person once again. They ended up becoming the first female black talent to win the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania, also on the grandest stage of them all. You guys following me here, you guys, like, this is a historical moment and black history moment to us wrestling fans. This actually means something in our heart and to the talent themselves. I hope you guys are learning and listening to something for here, whether you like my videos or not. But I take time out of my day to do what I feel like I like, just like you guys do and they do also. But with that being said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notification bell for our next video, and stay tuned.